Okay, so quick apology. I haven't been writing or recording very much lately because I've had schoolwork and other things going on. Well, there's going to be some more going on lately, and any of you other writers out there, you know that we can get a lot of writer's block and feel bored with our story and not know where to take it. I'm finally re-inspired and we'll be writing some more. I'm sorry that it's taking so long for me to get to that point, but things have just been weird. This one is switching back to Santa's perspective, in case you didn't already know. And enjoy the video. Thank you for all the support, and I just want a quick reminder again, guys, watch the prologue first. I've made a playlist for it, but I've noticed that the most viewed video is chapter 2, which doesn't make any sense because that means people are watching the story out of complete order, and I'm just saying right now that you should probably start from the beginning so that things will actually make sense. Anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry. I was walking up a pathway next to a hillside of goo and broken echo flowers. I could begin to see the glow of Hotland and the top of the core from where I was at. I was still hungry, but my stolen dinner had really hit the spot. I sat down, starting to feel the heat from Hotland. If Waterfall was this bad, how bad was Hotland going to be? In my head, I imagined it being just a huge lake of lava. Papyrus had originally told me that I had left the core shutdown after Undyne and I's incident. I hope the reason for the shutdown wasn't too terrible. I hope that there would still be at least a core to get me across the ocean of fire. I took a bit of bread and mushrooms from my bag and started nibbling on a mushroom. I heard something fall over in the distance. A mushroom tree went flying over my head and into the lava far below me. I stood up, worried that the Temmie horde might have been back, which I had deemed just the horde. Undyne came around the corner, her eye glowing a wicked green color. "Oh man," I whispered to myself. She stopped, looking around the area as I ducked down so she couldn't see me. Was she still looking for her stolen dinner? Was it that big of a deal? She had had so much, and I'm positive she wasn't gonna eat all of it. Sure, I might have taken a little much, but it couldn't be that important. But apparently to her, our views were very different. I'd have to be careful not to get into a fight with her. I wouldn't completely mind, considering I could probably rip her to pieces with my magic. I stayed there, being as quiet as I possibly could be. Her boots scruff up dirt down below me. She stopped. I was seriously right above her. I felt my teeth form into a sick grin as my eye began to glow. She had done something unspeakable. She had done something unspeakable to me, her own friend. Because I had saved one of my friends that wasn't even here anymore. She deserved to die, or at least be severely injured. I stood up, a gasser blaster beginning to form above my head. She snapped her head up, angry, to me and met my eyes. Her expression went from pure, unfiltered hatred to a mixture of fear and absolute terror. It made me smile. the fear glittering in her eyes. I activated the blaster as she very nearly dodged it by an inch. She readied her spear and charged up the pathway at me. I raised my arm up to where her chest would be, as she was yards away from me. Her soul blinked blue in front of her chest, and her entire body was thrown off balance backwards. She caught herself and threw the spear with surprisingly accurate aim. I dodged. I wasn't going to stand there and take it. Who does she think I am? She conjured another spear and readied it, running at me again. I grinned. She wouldn't give up, and I knew it. Cackling maniacally. Finally, my moment of redemption had come. I summoned 3 blasters surrounding her from different angles, and she dodged with surprising agility, practically appearing in front of me and swiping at me with her arm. I tried to teleport behind her to dodge, but my eye flickered, giving her the chance to throw me off the elevated pathway. I caught myself with my magic and dodged as she came crashing down on top of me with her spear. I threw her up against the wall and then through a grove of mushrooms. My ribs hurt from her actual impact, and I decided not to deal with another hit. She lunged again, and I teleported behind her, almost killing her with a blaster this time. She whipped around and lunged at me without her spear this time. I tried to teleport again, but my magic wasn't working as well, so she collided with me. We rolled over each other downhill a bit, and she pinned me to the ground. She was breathing hard. This was it. She was going to kill me. I saw her hesitate and begin to say something. Sans, she didn't finish when I threw her off of me with my magic. I teleported off the ground as blasters appeared behind me, aiming at her stunned self. Her eyes widened, and I made her disappear. Or that's what I thought, until she tackled me from behind, pinning me down by the wrists this time so I couldn't use my magic. She glared me down angrily. I'm going to let that slide. I need you to listen to me for a second, she explained. Why should I trust you? I said quietly, glaring her back. I regret what I did to you. Frisk's soul could have saved all of us, and you helped her escape from the infection. But she was all of our friend, and you were my friend. I know you still probably hate me, but I want to apologize before one of us got hurt. She sighed, looking more depressed the further along she went. Well, you're right about one thing, I informed her. Yeah? Like what? She asked with her eyes lighting up. I nodded, leaning closer to her face, whispering very few words with an insane amount of meaning. You're right about one of us getting hurt. I grinned, teleporting on top of her and impaling her arm right with a sharp bone. She screamed, I smiled. She held what was left of her broken arm as I walked away, frowning. I couldn't kill her. A part of me still cared for her, but hopefully she would consider this as some type of revengeful, merciful warning. I was done letting her live without consequences. I started down the path, grumbling to myself about still being a softie. I decided I didn't have any regrets for the thing I'd done to this new world of the underground. I didn't regret leaving Papyrus, or making Grillby's a chaotic mess, avoiding Undyne till just then, stealing to survive, none of it. I didn't regret anything I had done. I didn't regret a single thing. Except for maybe one thing. But suddenly that regret was about to change. Walking away from her, I was trying to avoid her in case she tried to chase after me. I ran into someone. Someone I hadn't talked to in such a long time that I thought they had been dead. Someone who still cared about me and wasn't failing at being a good person. Someone who I thought had originally left, or had been killed, or had something happened to them. Someone that I'd been longing to see